Hey, so it is currently noon and I'm on my way I just left from around Reno, Nevada to get to Lander, Wyoming, which is central Wyoming. So it's probably about a 15 hour drive, and I don't know how far I am into it. I only have a couple hours left though. I think I have 4 hours left. And I remembered that I hadn't done any Raw RoadTrip Talks in a while. I think that's what I called them. Of course, this morning, I don't know why, whenever the sun is rising, I feel super inspired and wanting to talk about this stuff. And then I didn't have my camera up here, so I had to wait until I got to a gas station. And then of course, when I got to a gas station, the sun was at an awkward angle and the lighting was horrible until right now. I've been super busy lately between clinics, private lessons, driving, trying to train Kiwi's Facebook relaxation group. I just started my 5-week virtual Liberty course, and I currently have something in the works for a magazine, but not based on, it's not a magazine for me or focused on me. I just came up with this really cool idea that hopefully I'll get to share with you guys soon, and I'm trying to figure out how to make that work. It would be a virtual magazine that would be released once a month, but the concept around it is really cool, and I really like the idea, and it's another passion of mine. It's something that I want to do, the topic that it would be on, and mainly surrounding. So anyways, I've been really busy with all of that. YouTube, getting new videos, recording a bunch of content to make a new series, just a bunch of different things. So it's been hard to find time to make my normal YouTube videos. I know the other ones I did, it was really around, I want to say, motivation and going for it, and really just putting your heart into whatever you really want to do and whatever you desire doing, and not giving up, and making sure you take those steps to reach your goals and dreams. A really big important part to that is just motivation itself. So I know a lot of people that look at me and they're like, oh, I wish I could do what you're doing, traveling everywhere, getting to teach, that's so cool. And I'm like, well, you could. You just have to take the steps to get there and make sure it happens. There's definitely a way to achieve anything that you want to do. You know, some paths might be longer and windier, and some people may figure out a technique that works quicker to get there. So I think it's kind of just a matter of not giving up and continuing to try and doing everything in your willpower to make it happen. So motivation is a really big part of kind of anything you want to do in life. The other thing is, no one is going to push you to do it. So you might have supportive people, or maybe you're really lucky and you have someone that's really after you and they're like, hey, why don't you keep trying? Why don't you do this? But really, the person that's going to push you the best is yourself. So if you don't have that self-motivation and push, that's the first thing that you're going to have to try to start working on, is making sure that you yourself can feel like, without any other outside source, you feel like you can push yourself to do the hard days, get up when you're tired, get up an extra hour earlier to make sure you're getting done what you need to get done. Again, just to make it happen. Something like self-development wise, it's crazy because I don't know what the right term for me is. I used to be a crazy introvert. Wouldn't talk in high school. I had a couple friends and none of them went to the school. They were all horse people from the barn. But I would coincidentally be sick on the days that you had to do speaking in front of the class. That really freaked me out and worried me and bothered me, and pretty much any speaking opportunity, I turned away a couple podcast opportunities, and even just news interview, small news interview deals that I could do, I turned them away. So then when I started in fall of 2019 going on the road and teaching clinics and lessons, I remember at the beginning of all of them, I was so scared, I was so nervous. No matter if I had just done one the weekend before, every time I'd feel this intense pressure and anxiety over it, and think I was going to forget what I was saying, or forget how to teach or talk, or that I wasn't going to be good enough to teach them. You know, I'm over that now, but it lasted probably the entire year last year. So about an hour or two before the clinics, on clinic days, I would always wake up crazy early. And an hour or two before the clinics, I would put my earbuds in, get to feeding my horses, cleaning their stalls, and I would listen to motivational speeches and various sort of inspiring topics, and believe in yourself and you can do it, and various things like that. So I would do that before every single clinic, and it helped me get in the mindset. Then I would focus and be like, okay, yeah, you got this. Stop freaking out over nothing. You're okay. And then every single clinic would go great. I'd have amazing feedback. And then, of course, the next time it would start all over again. But just like with horses, so if there's something they really don't like doing, so say, you know, they like trotting, tracking to the left, but they don't really like going to the right. Well, when you're training them, you're going to start going to the right more to start to train that side better and start to teach them that, like, no, it's okay. We can soften this direction too. I mean, that's the same with if you want to self-develop and grow, then you're going to have to push yourself, again, self-motivation, push yourself to do the things that you're scared to do and you're terrified, and the things that cause you anxiety. And no, just because the first couple times you do it, it's not an automatic fix, doesn't mean you should quit trying. So for me with the clinics, now I get excited. Now I'm excited to teach, and I used to be like, oh no, I wonder if I can fill up all this time. And now I'm like, shoot, I don't have enough time. I need to do 2-day clinics, 3-day clinics. I need to make sure I'm progressing these people. I love to see their progress and them improving and their communication getting better, and I just love to see that, and I want to be a bigger part of it. It's cool to see how that has changed in myself over time, but the way to do that was I hated public speaking. I was terrified to be in front of people. Teaching scared me. So what did I do? I did public speaking. I went in front of people. I did teaching. I did all of the things that terrified me, and I kept doing them until little by little it terrified me less, and now I'm confident in it. I love doing it. It's really enjoyable, and it's made me grow so much as a person, not just business-wise too, but it's changed my personality, my outlook, how I approach things. But I wouldn't have gotten to that point had I not forced myself to do it, even when I was terrified. Now, of course, like dangerous situations, it doesn't apply to that, but most situations in general, that would apply to it. Also, the scenery is gorgeous. Hopefully I can show you guys a little bit of it. I am in Utah right now. I think I just got through Salt Lake City, and I'm heading north to central Wyoming. Something else that can really help you out with that is goals. A lot of people have goals. All right, I know that, and I know a lot of people in school, they would say, make your 5-year plan, your 10-year plan, your 15, like not detailed, but like, what do you want to do by then? Those would terrify me. I would never do anything because I feared failure or not achieving the goals. But now, failure isn't necessarily, it's never bad. You shouldn't look at failure as a bad thing, and I really hate that word. I'm not the biggest fan of it. It's a change of direction or a change of path. If certain things didn't happen in my life, maybe I wouldn't be where I am today. And, you know, it might be a tough time that you're going through right now, but you never know what the future is going to hold. Maybe what you were doing didn't go your way, but it could be for the better. Goals, as far as like creating them, if you have a fear of creating goals, like I used to have a big fear of it. I didn't have any goals ever. I would just be like, I'm just going along and kind of doing things as they come. But now, like, I have a goal of, and this is a very basic goal, I have a goal of what I want to make for the month of June this year. I set that goal in May, and I was like, you know what, I'm going to push myself. And again, that's not very educational wise and not super big like growth as far as my training and everything, but it's making me think a lot and use the creative side of my brain. I'm like, okay, gosh, how do I reach this number? How do I get there? How do I produce quality content and make sure everyone's happy? So that's one goal. Another goal is for July, I want to, over the entire month, ride 100 miles on trails, run or walk 100 miles by myself, and then 100 minutes a week of exercise, whether it be core or, you know, balance or something like that. And that's to better the health of my horse and better the health of myself for my horse. So that's my goal for July. So they don't have to be extreme goals like I want to go to the Olympics, like that needs to happen within the next month. Like it's patience and it's little things. For me, they aren't huge goals that aren't accomplishing much to other people, but for me, it's a goal and it's something for me to work towards, and I'm accepting that I can reach it, I can make it. That was a big roadblock for me, so it's good that I'm now able to make goals, and hopefully in the future I can start making bigger ones that I can work up to little by little and not get impatient with them. Goals are something good to have, and just because something doesn't go the way you expected, it'll redirect you in a really cool way. I'm running out of time. I know my memory card is starting to clog up. I only have 12 minutes of recording and I already messed up, so I have to crop a little bit out. I want to talk to you guys about creativity and confidence and false confidence. Hopefully I remember to record another one of these. Thank you guys for listening.